Hoover Dam was built during the Great Depression. It helped inspire a generation and employ thousands. 100 even died building it. That kind of big thinking that inspires generations takes on giant challenges. Used to be when you had big projects, you'd have equally big solutions. However, we don't see projects of this scientific ambition, of taming a river, feeding a nation. Like 80% of the crops are still produced in winter because of this place. Part of it is there's a change in philosophy that small, safe projects that don't risk anyone's career, that if you do it wrong, everyone doesn't see. Of the scale that actually changes the ability of a nation to feed itself. The energy that powers the Southwest and cities like Los Angeles and and Hollywood, all these famous places are still built on 1930s technology. That's how ahead of its time it was, and how massive an undertaking. Hundreds died doing this project. When was the last time 100 people died doing anything that was publicly approved by the government, that wasn't a foreign war in a far-off land where they can lack all accountability? It doesn't happen anymore, and I'm not saying it was a good thing. It was a horrible sacrifice from most likely unsafe practices and how they were conducting themselves, and an undervalue of the workers' lives. But nonetheless, it was a big project, and people were willing to take large risks. And that attitude overall is necessary for a civilization to thrive. What is it the great minds of today are focused on? Making the best new hair product? When thinking of what the next big thing could be, next thing that would be an engineering challenge that could mobilize a civilization, that could challenge the brightest and the smartest and change the economics and political structure of a society, you don't have to go too far, because this was all about energy, providing energy and water, but mostly energy to a society. Our technical challenges have not changed that much in a century. We still need clean water and energy as the two most pressing resources for a growing society as humanity expands and continues. And so it will most likely be the same primary drivers: energy and water. Taming nature has always been the challenge we face, trying to bend it to our will, but unsuccessfully so. Renewable energy focuses on minimizing the environmental damages of these large energy projects, of focusing on providing more fuel and a scalable solution. If you build a dam and it ends up that the fish are destroyed and the ecosystems are destroyed, it somewhat sets back the point. And we've learned that since these days, and we've learned how to be more efficient. We've learned how to focus on energy projects that have the results in mind and the side effects. Now, we need to invest. And it's no secret that whoever comes up with the most new reliable source of energy, the dozens that are being worked on, that would be the next billion-dollar, trillion-dollar economy. Because even if you burn all known energy sources, they do not meet the demands of India and China, Europe and America. We need more energy, and we simply don't have it. We need an ambitious goal, and we have it. When thinking about building an energy project for the future, you have to think about future generations. You have to think about what will be for the next 100 years. I don't think many people would say humans won't expand into space by 2121. So that means you'll need, for expanding and scaling a civilization, generations to come, the ability, the flexibility of power to be available wherever you go. And there's only one source: solar. If we had infinitely more reliable photoelectric cells in our solar panels, things that could get 10 times much out of the atmosphere and pull it in, we would have enough to power a planet anywhere we go. No coal, no fuel, no nuclear, no wind, no water, nothing by fire will ever meet that demand. The demand of planets, the demand of civilizations beyond what we have today. If you're building for the future, you have to consider your legacy.
The timing for creating the celestial chart according to the artist, was that he believed that someday, somehow, future civilizations would find their way here. And with no other means of communicating, might look upon this monument and determine the exact date on which the engineers and craftsmen of our culture completed it.